Well, guys, we're back to more stupid commentary time because I don't give up. So today commentary, we're commentating on literally right side video called "What Happened to the Other Two Sides." The only version of the video I could find was this one about every single one of right side Titanic video. So I'm just going to use this one just to. So the thumbnail should be interesting. Look at that. We got Titanic with the big I think we full that because due to the sinking. We got Titanic. Oh my, the Titanic was the Olympic because I know the Olympic did not sunk. And the next and that one I was doing the Titanic. But look, it seems to be like ghosted. I mean, I can see why, because it can help the way that the ship sunk. Because probably know Titanic and Britannia both sunk on their plane volume. So let's see the video, huh? So they feel like 2 hours, so I'm just gonna create them.
Olive?
Oh my god.
Yes, darling.
Give me a second. What the hell are we going?
Serum. What if you could change your skin's future? The most complete
Oh my
age-defying
god.
concentrate powered by Clarence's breakthrough technology. 94% of women say their skin looks younger than yesterday. The power to change.
Give me a second. Okay, guys. Give me a second. There.
Your skin's future, Clarence.
Everyone knows the story of the Titanic, but not many people know that Titanic had 2 sister ships, and that on the night of its sinking, one of them was rushing to.
Well, they got the breaker point, right? I mean, back then I used to think that the breaker point was actually the full final, but now I know that I was actually at the third final round number 4.
Help, but didn't make it in time. Bad luck seemed to follow.
Hi, mate.
One of them was rushing to help.
Okay, why the hell it Titanic funnel did not fall? It doesn't make any sense. Why?
Make it in time. Bad luck seemed to follow the trio of ships, but each one of them had glorious moments that live in the minds of those who sailed in them. Keep on watching to discover a story of awe.
Yeah, by look at that seems to be a filter. Okay.
Ingenuity and ill fate. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn notifications on to join us on the bright side of life.
What the hell? What? David said subscribe to and join on bright side of life. Okay, guys, how will you react if I do it? Hey, guys, make sure to subscribe to the AMC9 channel to join up on the bright side of life. Don't forget I say that, okay?
You know how the iceberg hit the Titanic?
Actually, it was actually both the iceberg and the Titanic. They both hit each other. If you think about it, it will make more sense.
How the band played to the end, and how the whole tragedy.
Titanic had right fall. Literally look like Titanic too from the Titanic from 2010. That claim was bad.
Unfolded, but before it happened, it would have seemed an impossibility.
Now Titanic fell just looks normal.
At the end it did. None of that could have been foreseen by White Star Line, the company who built the Titanic, who had high hopes for what the unsinkable.
Okay. So they mentioned that White Star Line built the Titanic, but they incorrect. White Star Line was the company that owned the Titanic. The ship was built a ship home in Belfast during the fair. But I mean, you could count that White Star also built the Titanic well, because I mean, they did help ship home with it well, so.
Ship and its sister ships, the Britannic and the Olympic, would have.
I mean, I know that the Olympic and the Titanic and both look identical because the 84 Olympic appeared this image by me that actually supposed to be like Titanic during final could rush it and that bring the Olympic. Remember there were like a lot of differences, okay?
Accomplish. The Olympic was the first of the trio to make sail on June 11th, 1911.
No. That is incorrect. It was June 14, 1911, idiot.
Heading towards New York, the sheer size of it would wow the crowds. The Olympics' maiden voyage.
Okay, so they have a cover image of Titanic. As you could tell, you might be wondering what I'm talking about, but you see that? Yeah, that's pretty much Titanic. So what they did was they just took like image of Titanic. They could actually modify it to make the age of Tron not being little. Also, look at the rear house. It's literally flat around the curve.
Voyage went without incident, and a crowd of 8,000 people in New York got to explore its
Really?
luxurious accommodations while it was docked there.
Okay, now there's pretty much photograph of the Olympic. Okay, there actually no photograph of Titanic. Okay.
There were high expectations for the massive ship, but just around 2 months later,
What?
the Olympic crashed with the HMS Hawk.
Actually, the Hawk quit actually happened in 3 months later. Okay.
The Hawk got the brunt of the damage as the bow was left flat as a pancake.
Well, that was actually true.
After the crash, the Olympic made its way slowly back to Belfast, where the Titanic was being constructed. On the dock, people could
That this is 20 months after the Hawk quit when it went back. The whole Titanic was still in the early days because literally Titanic only had one photo when Olympic first went back. This was the second time of the ship when Olympic went through her power accident. Okay.
see the two enormous ships side by side, as parts of the Titanic were used to put the Olympic back in shape.
Look at the ceiling guy. This is actually the Olympic Titanic. I think they actually took it around the same time, but I think they did not. I think that Brightside might have actually found this ceiling. So good job, Brightside.
A rare sight to behold.
Actually, hi man, I can see you. What's the wheelhouse being cut and Titanic right over there. Huh.
Just
Oh
12
my God! What is with the ab?
Extra gum. Chew good.
Why? Why?
Roadside Rescue as standard. Get 10% off car insurance when you buy online at AIG.ie. It's got to be
Get
AIG.
Quee doctor.
On April 14th, 1912, the Titanic hit an iceberg.
Why I mentioned earlier, the Titanic and the both hit each other.
And minutes later, the crew radioed nearby ships for help. That night, the Olympic was returning from New York.
I'm pretty sure that the Olympic was heading great toward the Titanic. I'm pretty sure Olympic was near the Titanic. I did thought it was saying past it.
When it received the distress signal, the ship turned around and rushed it.
The Diamond White Olympic too. Yep, the age of Tommy. Literally quite a dream of Titanic.
Full speed towards the Titanic, but they were so far away that they would have arrived next night.
What?
At some point during the early hours of April 15th, 1912, the crew of the Olympic decided they wouldn't make it in time and stopped course.
Actually, no, that is pretty much not what happened at all. Here's what happened. See, apparently, what they did was they messaged the copy and asked them, do you want us to come and pick the people up? And who else on here actually had like dollar? He was on board and he said no. You might be wondering why, because he was worried that people would have literally freak out if their identical citizen pull up and literally ask the people to come on board. Well, how will you react? I mean, how will you react if you had to provide the sink of the Titanic and a new identical citizen pull up to literally come aboard? That would be scary.
The survivors of the Titanic were eventually rescued by the Carpathia.
That looked like Titanic to me. That looked like a model Titanic. I mean, is it supposed to be like? I think it's supposed to be Titanic during a seat during on April 12, 1912, I think.
Olympic was
Actually, I think April 11.
lifeboats was for all crew and passengers after the
This is basically just an image taken by Father Brown.
Titanic sank. It went from having 20 lifeboats to 64.
I mean, it does make more sense, but it could be that the other lifeboat was probably Titanic lifeboat. If you think about it, it'll make more sense.
Changes were also made to the watertight bulkheads and an extra hull.
Okay. Actually, I think I heard it a long time ago. That there will be a worry that Volvo was sunk the Titanic, so they only had like a few, I think. Yeah, but I don't know. Quite in the comment, I might wait.
To construct a type of double hull was
Okay.
installed. It was determined that a double hull would have kept the Titanic
Oh my god, bro, there was no moon that night. It was a moonlit night. What the hell? What the ahoo?
from sinking. For several years, Olympic was used in the war.
It was incorrect. Hang on, let me just count the years of World War One happened. 1914, 1915, 1916, 1917, 1918. Yeah, that was not 70 years.
War effort against Germany. Throughout the years, Olympic carried over 200,000 passengers,
Okay.
which included thousands of Americans fleeing from Europe
How about you just say U.S.?
and troops battling during World War I. One of the most significant moments for this ship was when it struck a German submarine and sank it.
Well, I mean, I heard the pilot rule. I mean, let me do a German submarine and did actually sunk it during the fight.
It was discovered that the submarine was preparing to fire a torpedo on the Olympic before Olympic rammed it.
I think it did.
The Olympic ended up sailing the seas for 3 decades, which earned her the nickname of the Old Reliable,
Well, he got the name right.
despite some previous accidents. It went on to help the survivors on the HMS Audacious.
I think they actually did got the name right. So I'm saying about the idea of Daisy.
When it was sinking, and do what it could for its sister.
Okay, now let's tweet my image. I took it from Bob Brown. What it is for the animated. Yeah, like I can see Captain Edward Smith. Remember?
Titanic. Eventually, bad luck caught up with the Olympic.
This is a captain. I think that he actually killed during the fact. I didn't know that. I just quit it.
The ship crashed with the Nantucket Lightship.
Now they were now they were far one day and Olympic crashed into a long-time land ship during the fight in 1914.
And the crash signaled the beginning of the end.
What?
Beaten up, and after years of service,
What?
the Olympic was demolished and scrapped for parts.
That did not happen at all. Apparently the reason why the Olympic was retired because she was literally old, okay? You know, she was old during the fact. So I believe that during her retirement she was in good condition. So by grabbing the Olympic, I found a job to the world, okay? I went at the Olympic, don't, well, like, Queen Olympic. But however, if I live in that time period, I also want her to be grabbed.
The Old Reliable saw many years of service and thousands of passengers, but the Britannic's journey
What the? Can you help that number? What am I looking at? Call me AIR.
was shorter-lived. When the Titanic sank, White Star Line was faced with a problem, since they already had another enormous ship in the works. White Star Line began construction on the HMHS Britannic on November 30th, 1911.
I think they did that.
Around 4 months before the Titanic sank. Although the Britannic was the youngest
Show me the time. There was a photograph. What the hell is that?
of the trio of ships, having been constructed last, it was also the biggest. They intended to name it Gigantic,
The gigantic woman actually false.
but after the Titanic's disaster, they changed the name to Britannic, since they considered it to be a lucky name. With the Titanic sinking, the White Star Line underwent rigorous investigation, and many changes were made to the Britannic's design. The Britannic looked very similar to the Titanic, and it had what was at the time the largest marine turbine in the world, able to reach faster speeds than the Olympic.
Actually, it was the same as Olympic Titanic.
With Titanic's fate fresh in their minds, everything possible was done to ensure the safety of
Why?
the ship.
What the heck? Okay, why is Titanic? Don't why is Titanic in the air? Like that did not happen at all. Like Titanic don't began rising in the air after that went down. I think. I can't remember.
Ship. The Britannic was eventually launched on February 26, 1914, almost 2 years after Titanic met its end.
Okay, now first up, that first way is the wrong way. They were launched done first, not bow first. Okay. Also, I think they just literally grab an image of Britannia during its launch, put it over the Olympic, put a green shot of the Olympic launch, of the foot of the Olympic launch, and then boom, they got this.
After the Titanic's disaster, the White Star Line wanted the Britannic to redeem their name.
What?
The Britannic was
Okay, there's something up with the front. This is why lose its tail monitor. It just didn't look like it seemed like they just modified the image.
on its way to becoming a successful ship.
What?
It transported passengers for over a year and a half when the British government requisitioned it and turned it into a hospital ship.
No, that did not happen at all. Okay, so let me explain to you. So when they were still building Britannia, World War I, Italy broke out, and Britannia would tend to be a passenger line, but how the 2008 had to turn to a hospital. But I mean, it's full of the green sort of Britannia in the original livery. But I mean, I think that Britannia joined C2. I think they tried to do Britannia C2 right before they turned into a hospital ship. Although this looks like a filter. Like, look at the warehouse. Like, I do not know what they did here.
During the beginning of World War I, the ship became an even more impressive sight to look at. It was painted all white with enormous
It
red
looked like
crosses on
something
its side
sandbox.
to indicate it was a hospital ship. One of the ship's surgeons, Dr. J.T.H.
I don't know about him.
Beaumont, thought of it as the most wonderful hospital ship that ever sailed the seas. It could treat as many as 3,309 patients at once. This is how the Britannic became His Majesty's Hospital Ship, or HMHS Britannic.
Well, at least I got to know why.
Though the sight of this magnificent ship must have put a smile on a wounded soldier's face or two, the Britannic didn't operate for long. Just a year after it was turned into a hospital ship, the Britannic was making its way through the Aegean Sea to pick up wounded soldiers when it was struck by a loud explosion. The passengers didn't know what had happened, but headed to the deck to disembark. It is unclear what hit the Britannic, but the general consensus is that it was struck by a mine left by a German U-boat, though some still believe a torpedo hit it.
I mean, what might have did something pretend not a torpedo.
The captain tried to move the ship to a beach close by,
Well, actually, that is true.
but the ship was sinking fast.
The ship's sinking right now. What the hell?
In the desperation, against the
Not to mention that the porthole was left open. What?
captain's orders, several crew members launched lifeboats
Okay.
and disembarked. But since the ship was moving
Not the white propeller.
and the propellers working, the lifeboats were sucked and destroyed by the propellers.
Okay, okay, what? Okay, they got it wrong. Oh my God, not again, mother. Good.
Minerals. I think it's great.
3 things in a song.
Why?
Though so much effort had gone in to ensure the Britannic was safer than the Titanic, whatever explosion occurred left the Britannic in the same dire condition as the Titanic in just 10 minutes.
Oh no, it was the Talium 1 hour.
In a cruel twist of fate, it also sank in the ocean.
Okay, I think the reason why they said it also sank in the ocean because Crown knows Titanic sank in the North Atlantic Ocean, so I will give them points for that.
Unlike Titanic's enormous death toll, only 30 people perished in the sinking of the Britannic,
Yeah, that's
and
it.
over 1,000 survived. So many people survived because the accident happened in the morning when the temperature of the water was warmer and the Greek island Kea was close by to offer help. In the end, the Britannic only sailed the seas for over 2.5 years.
True.
The bad luck that followed the Titanic and the Britannic and the accidents and demise of the Olympic was
Why is it now in full color? What?
It's remarkable. But what was most impressive is that there was a woman who sailed on all 3 ships and survived.
I think get her name right.
Violet Jessup,
Yes!
member and nurse aboard the ships. She was
I don't know if she was like nurse or what. I don't know. I don't think that she was queen of Olympic Titanic, but I don't think that she was.
there when the Olympic collided with the HMS Hawk in 1911
Okay.
and disembarked safely. 2 years later, she escaped the sinking of the Titanic in lifeboat number 16,
Cool.
and she showed some women it was safe to board the lifeboats. You'd imagine that would be enough to keep her from ever getting on a boat again, but not for her. A few years later, she served as a nurse in the Britannic,
I don't know.
while it was used as a hospital ship. When the explosion occurred, Violet jumped overboard.
No. That is incorrect. Violet actually was in one of the lifeboats that got sucked into the propeller, but she jumped overboard on time. And she hit her head on something. I think it was one of the lifeboats, but it gave her a really bad cousin, and I think that she would suffer a head injury for the rest of her life until her death.
Was pulled under
Right when she died at the age of 84.
the water and hit her head on the keel but survived. Can you imagine her experience? She must have had nerves of steel. All in all, the trio of
Olympic, Titanic, Britannic, equal Promenade. The Olympic, the Promenade was literally entirely open. What the hell?
ships saw journeys of triumph and tragedy. Ill fate might have followed them, but all the survivors were left with incredible stories to tell.
Can you guess how many theories?
Okay, but that's pretty much it. Alright, final level over with. So, right, I got everything wrong. Like, first off, literally everything is totally wrong. So I recommend do not walk right side. I do not recommend them. There's a literally big piece of dog I have ever seen. I literally unsubscribe to the channel, and I literally hate them. I hate them so much for the nomination of Titanic. They're not such a bull. So do not watch my channel, okay? So that's what it, guys. Hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video, guys. This is the AMC9 sign off.